Okay, today's daily task is about higher, level marketing. I just actually got done. It's actually the second time I've listened to this Inner Circle audio. And what I think is interesting about me getting this Inner Circle audio today is that basically I got a huge message out of it before listening to it, okay? And I was able to correlate it and combine it together where it worked in harmony. And a lot of what Aaron Rashkin came on for a second to talk, and Tony Rush came on, and of course Dave Wood came on, and they all basically just were saying the same thing. You got to do it in order for it to happen. You ain't gonna learn it unless you do it, unless you're consistent with going to the events or whatever it is. It's going to be your breakthrough, right? So, no, I don't have my screen up yet, Emily. I don't have it up. I will, hold on. I will pull it up though. All right, can you see my screen now? Okay, cool. Okay, so I kept, like, for example, I text my spiritual father this morning, and I said, why do I wrestle with in my own strength with stuff I know in my spirit I have no power and authority over, you know? And he's like, basically, here, I'll look at my text. And let me just tell you a little something about my spiritual father. My spiritual father is he he actually ministers over bishops all throughout the world who actually minister and bishop over thousands of ministers and bishops. Okay? That's how amazing he is. And he has been such a, I mean, just, and I asked for it. I did. I asked for a spiritual father because I needed it. I never, my earthly father was more of a he still is a distance from me. We never really had a close relationship. So I had a hard time my entire life actually developing a good, solid relationship with men. And it's always been a struggle for me. So, and it's something that I fight. Uh, that's why I tend to, I do, I tend to love like female mentors more. Not that I don't like men, because I definitely have gone through that forgiveness process, just so you guys know. But I definitely favor female mentors. I just always have, and there's a reason why. But he basically was like, yeah, you pretty much uh, already know what you're dealing with, so you know what to do. You need to refine yourself to your secret place, and you do not come out until you are replenished. So he basically was saying is you spend all the time you need with God until you feel his presence next to you. Period. End of story. That's it. Don't wrestle with it. You can fight it while you're in prayer, but until you feel confident that he's right there with you, you ain't coming out of your secret place. You just ain't. And I'm like, you're right. Even though I've already spent an hour, and I'm wrestling to get out of prayer because there's things that I got to do. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to stop, calm myself down, and recognize, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I asked God to, I asked him that, I told him, I said, Lord, I said, uh, when I am actually speaking to the right people at the right time, I want you to make my heart fill with a burning heat of your love. And my heart right now is filling with a burning heat of his love, just so you know. This is really cool. I just asked for that this morning. And I said, if it's the wrong person, give me butterflies in my belly. That's how I discern stuff, and you guys know me, I'm very open with my faith. But the message that he was showing me was this isn't a message of correction. This isn't a mess, because you already know how to correct yourself. And I'm going to correlate it with this training today. Okay. This isn't a message that you don't know what to do, because you do. This isn't a message of the doors are closed because they're not, they're open. This has everything to do with you don't know what's on the other side. So everything in you is wrestling for what you don't know yet, even though it's actually a good thing, even though you're actually facing trials and tribulations, right? So when we don't know what's on the other side, right? It's the same thing with the skill sets that we're learning, right? When we start learning how to blog, when we start learning the 15K formula, when we start learning these skill sets, and we're first looking at them and we're like, what the fook, you know? What are we gonna do, you know? And the only thing you can do is just do it. You know, that's how you learn. And in the process, yeah, you might lose money. You might get frustrated. You're like, why am I wasting my time here? But here's the thing. We're in a season where that even if you fall forward, okay? And we're in a season where you're out of excuses, let's just say. And this is a healthy thing, okay? This is a healthy thing. And it correlates to what Aaron Rashkin, I've heard him say it before, you know, he said it on this call. He was like, you know, when he wanted to, you know, speak on stage or whatever, his mentor told him, you're just going to have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Period. End of story. You're going to be uncomfortable. There's things that you're going to be fighting and wrestling with yourself that is going to that is going to fight you. So what I heard is in order to come up higher, okay, you got to walk through the door. And what you're doing is you're walking in faith instead of by fight, right? When you're walking in faith instead of by fight, you start submitting to the process. And as you're submitting to the process, I say God, not universe, you're telling God that you're ready to go to the next level. You're saying, yes, I'm ready, even though I don't know what it looks like. By faith, I choose that in the process, I'm going to learn what it is I need to learn to embrace this moment, to grow with the skill set I need to learn. Does this make sense so far? So this is the wrestling that I'm seeing with all of us right now, okay? And recognize that when you wrestle with your greatness and you don't realize your true greatness, you can almost become complacent in what you currently know. And that's dangerous. And that's actually what Dave Sharp talked about. You know, being complacent is the danger zone, right? So we don't want to be in that zone. The only way to get out of that zone is to constantly challenge ourselves and constantly push ourselves to get where it is that we need to go. And I clearly see a lot of us inside of this team truly succeeding, and not just financially, but in breakthroughs that you never thought possible. So what's amazing about this platform and everything that we're learning inside these inner circle calls, you know, is a combination of it's a two-part, right? And I said this last night in the hangout, is, you know, developing the personal side of, you know, get over yourself, and also learning the skill sets, you know, to get there. So really, you don't need to wrestle in your spirit. What you need to do is you really need to spend time to fill up, because each and every day, especially when you're giving out, right? And it might be in different ways, right? It may not always be in your business, but obviously a lot of us we put a lot of energy into this business. It does take focus, especially when you want to focus on keywords and you want to focus on doing a video and getting your video up. It all takes concentration. So you're expelling a lot of energy. So you got to make sure every day that you're filling yourself back up, and you do not leave that place until you're filled up. Period. That's it. And that was something that was made very clear. So I want to fill you guys up with something. This message was actually sent to me in early January, and it was a reminder I felt compelled to watch it again this morning because there's a lot of things right now that I desire. Actually, I would give up everything right now if my husband came to God. I would. I don't give a two shits about anything. I don't care about a stage. I don't care about money. I don't care about cars. I don't care about nothing. I just want him to come to God. And I wrestle with that. And it affects sometimes what I'm doing in the marketplace, because on the flip side, okay, and I'm just being really transparent. This is one of my wrestlings. On the flip side, the only thing I know how to do is focus on getting results and being in the marketplace or whatever, but that's not necessarily fulfilling to me. That doesn't feed my soul the way, it's not my true heart's desire. I know that's just a part of what God wants me to do for his kingdom, and I'm willing to go out there and be bold and be loud and do whatever it takes and make money. And if he says give 20 grand here, fine, take it. I don't care. I just don't. I have a heart's desire. I have things that I desire, and I wrestle with it, in my own strength at times, trying to put it in my own understanding, because his word says where two are married, they become one. And if I have this loud message coming out of me that I'm ready to freaking burst, how is this going to work, God? How is this going to work? You know what I'm saying? And it's hard. Because it's like, it feels like being single parent in the spirit. And when you feel like that, it's like you have these days where you feel great. You're like, okay, and I just focus on, in the marketplace getting results, but it doesn't fill me what I really want in my life. You know what I'm saying? So, when we wrestle, it can keep us from it can keep us being complacent. It can keep us being stuck. It can keep us it can put us in the danger zone. So it's important, guys, to no matter what, fill yourself up before you start your day. So Emily, yeah, yeah. All right. Well, I want you guys to watch this. This is a very powerful message, and it's very prophetic. And my spiritual father released a lot of things over me on the Jewish New Year of last year, and this was a lot of it. But I really consider this a corporate message, so I hope you enjoy. You'll feel like a bird all of a sudden locked up in a. Hold on, sorry, I want to start it over. Hold on, guys. Let me refresh the page. Ah, that's awesome, Emily. Emily just got some confirmation. Um, Tom, it has nothing to do with faithfulness. It has everything to do with submission. Okay, Stevens? Let him fill you up. This has nothing to do with correction. You hear me? Just let him fill you up. Yeah, I will, Mary. Yes, I will. Gosh darn it. This year, many of you are going to wake up one day and realize you've outgrown where you are. You'll feel like a bird all of a sudden locked up in a cage, and you didn't feel that way yesterday. You'll feel desperate to get out and fly to the place that God's prepared for you, and the Lord will open the door. You'll suddenly realize that you've been prepared for more income,
more responsibility, a different location, and a change of address. Your clothes must be changed. Your name tag and your desk nameplate also must be changed. You're ready? It's time. Even the devil can't stop it because it's time. You used to say, I can't, but now all of a sudden you're saying, I'm raring to go. I'm ready. It looked as though things were over for you, and you were sheared like Samson was sheared. You felt that your anointing was gone, but now you've woke up and you feel something tickling the back of your neck. It's a fresh growth of hair. Your anointing has returned. You thought that the Holy Spirit had bypassed you, but get ready. Your most rewarding accomplishments are just around the corner, just as Samson was awaiting him. Go ahead now and start rolling up your mat, because not an angel is being sent to stir the pool, but Jesus himself is passing by. And you will receive your healing. Roll that mat up and get ready to rise up and walk. You've got better things to do than lie helplessly by a pool the rest of your life. You got things to do, places to go, things to say. Your healing will be both in mind and in body. You will need to be healed in your mind so that you can begin to see yourself healed in your body. Because your mind has already accepted that this is the way it's always going to be, but it's not. Jesus is passing by. The Lord said this year, you'll forget what it feels like to cry. Your laughter will be so deep and so long that it will be like a release valve on the inside of you, that you will not believe that just that morning you were crying and lonely and in despair. But within 12 hours, he turned your mourning into dancing. Elijah is passing by. He's going to throw his mantle around you while you're plowing with 12 yoke of oxen. You're going to burn your plows. You're going to leave your secular work. You're going to slay the oxen. You're going to pack up, and you will finally begin your odyssey in the ministry that God promised you years ago. There's a mighty rumbling. It's the hoofs of God's angels coming to bring freedom to the captives. Their swords are drawn and their banners are flying. Your enemies that have tormented you are getting nervous. They are losing their influence over you now, and confusion has already set in. They are scattering, and already they're becoming like loose soil where once they held you like concrete. Your enemies will leave bounty and spoils that you will gather from the battle, and not one shot will be fired. This is a battle the Lord himself says he will fight. Your enemy will scatter at the sound of the Lord of hosts. This will be a sudden thing. Again, I say, this will be a sudden thing. The investment that you've made in someone very close to you, the Lord says, will not be in vain. Those years of investment, prayers and intercession, the Lord is already at work untangling Satan's web that the devil has meticulously woven over your son. The blindfold over his eyes is going to come off. And he will begin to see clearly what he couldn't see previously. He'll see the trap that was laid for his very soul. And when he's free, it's going to set you free. So the Lord said, go ahead and now rejoice. It's as good as done. You will sign your name this year to papers that will unlock your future. A simple signature on these documents will be the key that will unlock many locks. It will be like a chain reaction. This document will now lead to future contracts. It's your childhood dream. Somebody in the house give the Lord praise.
Okay. Uh, Mary, you asked, is that a different video? I don't think so. Um, that was the one I did post on my Facebook. And I wanted to, you guys to see that, no matter where your beliefs are or whatever, I know what mine are and what I'm confident in and what gives me, the ability to be filled up every single day. And that's what I choose to be filled up with. But as I said earlier, you know, ultimately, it's just time to come up higher. And that the wrestling that we deal with when we're learning these skill sets inside of this business, right? When we're studying the 15K, when we're studying the master's course, those that are in it, when we're really applying it. So the difference between where you're at right now and where it is that you want to go is knowledge and the application. And as you heard on this call, and as you get to this inner circle call, there's just a consistent message of they just kept going until they broke through, right? And a lot of them got the breakthroughs by what? By events, you know, by plugging in, by just applying what it is that they didn't know. So what that does is that's what feeds our confidence. That's what feeds our faith. Because then whether or not it's the result that we wanted, that doesn't matter. It's just a matter of the fact that we did the task in front of us. We did what we needed to do and we got a result, and now we got with that result, we know where to grow from there, which is investing more into ourselves, whether it be time, whether it be money. So you either submit to one sacrifice or the other. But I promise you this, you will be investing time and money. That is a guarantee. We were not born into this world knowing it all. We were born having to find our own mission and our own purpose and our own destiny. And it's your own personal responsibility to figure out how to get there. And one of the best ways to get there is by investing into a skill. So, guys, when we're inside the, like, for example, when we're inside the 15K formula, and we're studying email marketing, and we're like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? I don't understand all this, blah 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 blah. Well, I didn't understand how to write email. I still don't even know what my emails are doing. All as I know is I've gotten paid signups for my emails, and I've also gotten people to upgrade to the inner circle through my emails. And all I'm doing is following what what it is that they're saying to do. You know what I mean? So the message that I got inside of this inner circle call was, this isn't about correction. This isn't about you don't know what to do, because it's in front of you. It's already in front of you. You know what I mean? All the information that you need inside of this platform is there for you to grow, for you to learn, for you to personally develop, for you to come up higher, let's just say. Like, for example, what I said last night, I've seen several people, Mark Whitting being one of them, some of the skill sets that, Mark came into this platform already having skill sets. And what this platform has done is refine some of his skill sets, and he's able to, generate a substantial, another, stream of income because, because of this training. So investing into all the products, and I want you guys to answer this and actually study them. Do you think that's wise or foolish? Do you think it's wise or foolish? Wise. Yes, Emily, study all the products. I've actually gone through every training video and I'm going through everything again. Now I'm really taking the time to write notes and it's a process. Oh my gosh. I don't always have the patience for it. So I do it, well, I sometimes I don't always have the patience for a lot of stuff, right? So, again, guys, yes, Julie, to buy them all. Yeah, and it becomes a wise investment, guys. And just like what Chris Record said, in Chicago, he's like, man, you're just going to be that much better 12 months from now, and it's going to continue to grow. Guys, these guys have been on the internet for 10, 15 years. You know what I'm saying? Some people have been in the home business industry for 20 years. They have just pushed through and 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 pushed through. That's why only 3% can succeed inside the industry, which are actual numbers. And the consistent message, inside of here was shut up your thinker and just start freaking doing it and say, I'm there. I'm there. Start reacting to yes and moving forward and saying it's just a done deal instead of locking up and saying, let me think about it. Let me see if I got the money. No, it's when you say yes and just like everything just comes together, right? Well, Emily, lock yourself up and make a lot of popcorn. That's so true. So, guys, just in the Costa Rica intensive, which okay, so that's why I opened this. Yeah, I opened Costa Rica because that's what the call was about. Uh, Dave, Mary, you got to sign up. Seriously, is that your first sign up? Ah, sorry if that didn't mean to do that. Oh my God, Mary got to sign up. Mary got to sign up. We gotta scream that on Facebook, y'all. That is so awesome. She's from Kentucky? Was she on the hangout last night? No, she wasn't on the hangout. Sweet. Oh my gosh, this is celebrate good times. Come on. Dun. Post those results, girl. Post them. Got her through an email? Are you serious? Oh my gosh. So what did you do? Hold on, Mary. I'm pulling you out. Okay, so I'm pulling Mary out. Gotta pull you out. Hold on. Gotta pull you out. Mary's gotta tell this. You there? Mary?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You're showtime. Tell us everything.
Well, I have been emailing a list that I bought from Lead Power, and I had about 600, 700 emails, and I have been emailing them in the morning and emailing them in the afternoon, and I got it from that.
Yay!
I called her this morning, and she is from Kentucky. I don't know if she drinks moonshine like you do, but she's ready to go.
And just so you know, that was just a sip of moonshine, but I had to take a picture because you'll never see me doing that again. Moonshine is dangerous, but it's my heritage, so uh, I got dared to do it, and it's the bad thing to do to dare me. I can't turn down a dare. Okay, so you have been consistently emailing for how long? I see it. You're typing away. Okay, so Mary, how long have you been consistently emailing? Oh, shoot, I was muted. I'm sorry. Mary, how long have you been consistently emailing?
Oh, for probably about 3 weeks now.
3 weeks. Are you serious?
Yes, ma'am.
3 weeks of I was muted. Sorry, guys.
It's
Okay, so okay, 3 weeks,
most of
and you got.
those Lead Power emails that we got back when we were doing, the texting campaigns. Well, I really don't want to text, so I like to email, so I just kept on emailing them. and did what Brian Kane did with emailing them through Gmail and not doing more than 400 at a time.
Gotcha. And you got to sign up.
Yes, I don't know if she drinks moonshine like you do.
I don't drink moonshine. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you, Mary. So, guys, look at that. Look at that. 3 weeks. She consistently started emailing through her own personal email, I might add. So there's no excuse. And gets a sign up. How awesome is that? That is so stinking awesome. Oh my gosh, Mary, I'm so fired up. So she's paid sign up. So you've called her, you've gotten her started, you've plugged her into the Real Work Encouragement team. What have you done?
I have sent her the Real Work Encouragement team email welcoming her, and sent to them to go ahead and sign her up so where she can get into the team. And then this morning she had to go, so we will talk later tonight when she gets back home and finish plugging her in.
Yay. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I'm just, I'm so excited. I'm like, I can't stop smiling. This is so amazing. So, well, girl, I am so happy for you. And this is
Thank you.
just the start. Sister, keep doing what you're doing. Consistency pays off. And
Yes,
we're all on the right track, girl. I am so proud of you.
thank you.
Awesome. Okay, guys. Okay, that to me, that my day's over. I'm filled up with everything that I need. So, guys, but I will end with this. Dave Sharp was talking about, some people were canceling last minute for Costa Rica and so on and so forth. And some people, even Rob Ford, he called Dave Wood back and he's like, because they were having some struggles, with Empower Network, getting it off the ground. They were dealing with, whatever issues that they were dealing with. And Rob Ford calls Dave Wood and says, don't run my credit card. I don't want to get in. I don't know about this. And Dave Wood's like, look, you're all the people that are on your list right now, they're going to get in whether you like it or not. So you either doing this thing or you're doing this thing. And now Rob Ford's making how much money, right? Because Rob Ford's like, oh my God, all right, now I need to stop being stupid here. I need to just get in. You know what I'm saying? And that's the attitude that we need to have, guys. It's the same attitude. Like, look, I'm either doing this or I'm doing this. I shut up. You know what I mean? I don't have time for noise. I only have time for focus. And the focus is I need to get out of this mess. The focus is I'm tired of dealing with this crap. I'm tired of dealing with no finances. I'm tired of thinking that I'm not going to get signups. I'm tired of thinking that I don't have what it takes to lead, because you do. And you've got the training in front of you. So there's no excuses, guys, but to have all these products to get what it is that you need in order to grow inside of this platform. You know what I'm saying? So if you have all the products, or if you're at the 15K formula or the Costa Rica or the master course, whatever, start studying these products, guys. I mean, this Costa Rica intensive, this is all about, how to convert more sales, how to speak your prospect's language, what's attraction marketing, what's the sex appeal inside of the industry. It just is what it is, guys. You got to give the marketplace what they want so you get what you want. Stop thinking you need everything to be a certain way, or you want everything to be baited with God, because I'm telling you right now, you ain't going to bait people with God. You're not. You're just not. I'm up about my faith for sure, but you got to go out and get results first. Then you can go bait people with whatever you want to bait people with. You got to learn the skill sets first before you go out and start vomiting all over the marketplace. You know what I'm saying? Lesson 6, do less and make more. I'm definitely going to be watching that again today, actually. I always pick, one to watch. I watch about 3 to 4 videos a week. And, just keeping, and I don't do it because I necessarily just want to do it. I do it because of repetition. That's why I do it. And I know that there's a tremendous amount of training in here from people that have been doing this way longer than me. So I'm submitting to the wrestling of what it is I don't know yet. And I'm choosing to walk by faith and not by fighting with myself and my own current knowledge and just moving forward and getting it done and doing whatever it takes to learn this information and showing up to every event until my breakthrough happens. Who commits to every single one of those instructions that I just said? Yes, you're exactly right, Julia. It uses up too much energy, anyways. It uses up too much energy when you don't submit. That is for sure. You exhaust yourself when you don't submit. When you walk in a direction, you make a decision, and you don't submit to the information or what it is that you need to do, you're going to exhaust yourself in the process. And what ends up happening is you end up quitting that. There's a cycle. Oh my gosh, I could write a book about this. So far, only Karen and Tom Stevens are in. Are you serious? Mary's in. I better see, there's 15 people on this webinar. I better see 15's I'm in. When you don't submit to the information that's in front of you guys, and you don't submit to learning whatever it is you need to learn to get to where you need to go, you're basically, in my opinion, I think you're slapping God's face, because you're saying, no, I don't want to learn that skill set to do big things for you. No, that's too much. It's too expensive. I don't have that money. You kidding me? You're saying no? You're basically saying no to your purpose. You know what I mean? So if you have the ability to at least get to the Costa Rica right now, get there. If you have the ability to get to Costa Rica in 15K formula, get there. If you know in your heart of hearts you can be all in, you're just not committed. There's like something, like you're sitting on the fence and you're just getting splitters in your butt and you literally have blood gushing through your rear end. Go freaking get the master's course so you can stop the bleeding. Okay? And submit and stop wrestling and make sure you're filled up like a buttercup before you start your day. Capiche? This isn't about correction. This is about following directions. And it's pretty simple. His ways are higher than our ways. His thoughts are above our thoughts. Submit to that or die inside. That's just the truth. Number one reason why you're miserable is because you're not standing in your calling. You've had it pass by you a million times, but because it costs money, you said no. Till you basically just told God, no, God, you don't have the ability to give me $5,000 to run a business. Are you kidding me? Give me a break. It's a total slap in his face. So, guys, with that said, you got the message today. It was very clear. Shut up your thinker. Just say, I'm doing it. I'm getting all in. I'm getting the products. I'm going to do what I can do right now. I'm going to start studying the information. I'm going to apply the information. I'm going to submit to the information. I'm going to stop wrestling with what to do in every area of my life and just follow directions. Just do it. Just freaking do it. Mary submitted, and for 3 weeks, she followed directions, and she gets a sign up. Coincidence? I don't think so. I don't think so. And just so you know, and this is, I do have to end with this because I had to write this down because he told me this. He said he's not going to convince you. You either do it or you don't. He made that very clear to me. He's not going to convince you. He's not going to push you to do it. You either do it or you don't. Okay? It's that simple. It's that simple. Your breakthrough is on the other side of yes, of action. That's where your breakthrough's at. Your breakthrough's just doing it. Okay? So it's not about necessarily just correction, okay? Because we did get corrected today. because you already know how to correct yourself. You already know what to do. Now you just got to do it. Okay? So, you guys have an awesome day. You know I love you. Get upgraded if you can, okay? Because I know you can. And I'll see you guys on Facebook. Bye.
The organizer has ended the session, and this call will be disconnected. Goodbye.